What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Price Man reacting to another video here on YouTube. This time, I'm going to boost your social credit score once more and play Red Sun in the Sky. But I'm going to address something right now. And cultural appropriation be damned. Shout out to that movie Big Trouble in Little China. Because I'm going to share something right now that just, man, we need to make this, we need to normalize this. So we need to see white women in key pose. You see that? You know, I mean, that right there. But let's play the song. But actually, wait. A little bit longer. Look at that. She looks better than, I want to say, like 95% of Asian women that would wear this same dress. So shout out to this white woman, whoever she is. She looks good in this dress, this traditional garb. I know it's quote unquote cultural appropriation, but we don't do that here. Man, just don't get mad at her because she looks better than most of these women trying to rock this. So I said what I said. Let's boost our social credit score. Got the hammer and sickle. Yo, they were like, hey, ni hao ma, comrade. Ni hao ma, comrade. Let's continue the video. And then for people who are confused, Mao Zedong did show a lot of love to the Russians back in the day. That was kind of like his inspiration for the Great Leap Forward. Now, we all know Mao did a lot of bad with the Great Leap Forward. I mean, he had these people trying to make iron who had no business making iron. It's like, come on, bro. They have no training and you expect them to make iron. But he also helped a lot of stuff, too. He got China after the, what's it called, the silent era, kind of get them back up into prominence, so to speak. And then also did a lot of things for women's rights as well. People forget about that. They don't give this man his credit. Now, overall, he did, I think it's probably about a split, like 50% good, 50% bad. And so there's a reason why some of the older cats from China still show him some love, just because of how bad it was before he started, changing things up in China. So I'm not going to sit here and stroke the man's ego or really talk him up too much, but he did do some good as well. So, but let's continue the video. Woo! Look at that pose. But man, too bad. Excuse me. Too bad. The U.S., China, and Russia can get along because of China, Russia, and the U.S. Formed like an alliance. Who would take us out? No one. Hell, even North Korea can join in if they want, but I mean, no one's effing with that alliance of the USA, China, and Russia. But let's continue the video. And actually, look at the pageantry, man. I mean, yeah, it's technically propaganda music, yes, but it's actually really well done. The vocals, the actual instruments used, the rhythm, the whole nine, or the cadence, maybe I should say. But man, now I am not a commie. I don't support communism. I'm all about a free market, baby. Make as much money as you can. But man, I got to shout out to how. I mean, let's be real. A lot of these people were forced to do this, but still, there are a lot of people who came out there for their own free will. I mean, this is something like, how do you see it? Was that the Rose Parade? Or, during New Year's, I think it's called the Rose Parade, when they have all the flowers and stuff. It was featured in the Bee movie, so whatever that thing is called. But let's continue. Actually, we got to show her again.
面向太阳，红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳是毛泽东哎，他领导我们的解放哎，
Oh,
翻身当做主人。
my man, you know that man was hitting the gym, and you saw they was making the noodles. Hey, Chinese food is the best. I mean, of like overall cuisine. I mean, there's nothing beats a nice premium steak. You know, like a nice 100, 200, $300 steak. Like, like either medium rare, rare, or even sometimes blue. But overall, Chinese food, especially New York Chinese food, I remember back in the day. I'm gonna say pause before I get into it. They used to give the egg roll, right? You get like a pork egg roll. It's like a buck. It was the size of those old chimichangas, the little frozen chimichangas you get. It's like a 10 pack at the grocery store. Yeah, that's how big those egg rolls were back in the day. Pause. But man, you get your choice of vegetable, pork, or shrimp. And then the combos, you get the chicken wings with pork fried rice, or you get the pepper steak with the white rice. Whew. Or the war wonton soup. Man, you know, there's nothing beats New York Chinese food. And then the New York has the best Peking duck. But I will show love to San Francisco's Chinese food. The Hunan Chinese, I might be mispronouncing it. Hunan. If I mispronounce it, my bad. But that style of Chinese food is, that's pretty good as well. It's better than the New York equivalent. Because New York, they can't really touch that style. So I would, give San Francisco all the props in the world for that. However, overall, the Peking duck and the regular takeout Chinese food better in New York than in San Francisco. I said what I said. And Vegas is starting to come up too. Spring Mountain Road, right off the strip there, of all the little Asian spots. Yeah, they starting to come up too. So, shout out to them. But let's continue this video.
自由呀呀自由啊，这里翻身当家做主人。天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳是
The mouths all don't get. Now, let me stop.
我们奋勇前进哎，革命江山一人一片红哎，一呀一自由呀呀自由啊，革命江山一片红。
I'm gonna pause this real quick, and I'm gonna show you what I actually have in my office. Believe it or not, let me go dark for a second here. But I'm gonna see if it comes right up. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So believe it or not, I have this picture framed. All right, 3, 2, 1. Time to reveal. I have this picture framed. I printed it out and I put it in a little cheap frame I got from what's that place called? Oh, Hobby Lobby. So I have it. Now, obviously, that's not a direct translation. That those characters does not. They don't translate to you work now. But I still think that shit is funny. And before anyone takes it too seriously, again, I am not a commie. I have a weird sense of humor. I find this funny. It helps me chuckle. Like after doing a bunch of tasks, projects, what have you will. I'm getting a little stressed out. Look at that. It gives me a little chuckle. Because you do have to work now to make this money, especially in this economy. So I'm out here grinding. So it's a nice little moment of relief there. But we're gonna close this tab. Oh, there she is again. Man. Again, I've said this before. The majority of my girlfriends have been full white. The only exceptions was one Hispanic broad, and two exceptions: Hispanic broad, and then a girl that was half white, half Korean. Not to say that I hate Asian women or anything like that. It's just I don't have that gene that people just be like sweating these Asian girls. I'm like, oh my god, like they act like they never seen an Asian broad before. I'm like, bro, the fuck? I guess because I'm from New York, I see Asian people all the time, and then even in Trinidad, most people are either black, Indian, like the Namaste Indian, Chinese, or white. There's a few Hispanic cats out there, and then everybody else. But those are the four main people. You got your blacks, the Chinese, the Indians, and the white people. So, just a little lesson for you. But yeah, I mean, before people take this, just like, look, at the end of the day, everyone likes their physical aesthetics, but if you find someone that may not meet your physical aesthetics, but everything else is on point, go with that person. Don't sit there and have just like, oh, she gotta be white or she gotta be Hispanic or whatever you like. You know what I mean? Hey, you never know. And watch, I'm talking all this shit. Watch me end up with a fucking Asian girl. So, I mean, I've been on this for a long time. I never really tried to make a move on an Asian girl like that, even though I dated that one girl that's half white, half Korean. I mean, I messed around with a few Asian girls, but I didn't really seek them out. So, but I did have a little spark from one time. But let's just say I had to give that person the ick because things just can't work out. So that's your boy right there. But back to this song. Man, they need to play this type of music in the club. I mean, shit, just getting down, but hold up. Anyway, my time. I need to get the camera in focus before I start pulling out moves because it's just gonna look weird when it's out of frame. So let's continue.
天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳
What's a chairman meow?
动哎，它领导我们奋勇前进
Man.
江山一
Hold up. What is he at? My man out here looking like the Asian George Jefferson. Talk about, yo, where Wheezy at? And if you don't know, that old show, The Jeffersons, we're moving on up to that deluxe apartment in the sky. Anyway, but man, he looking like the Asian, the Chinese version of George Jefferson. Shout out to this man. And he's still out there stunting. Well, during this time frame, I mean, he's long since been dead, but this man had a harem. But let's continue.
彤彤哎，心中的太阳是毛泽东哎，他领导我们奋勇前进哎，革命江山一片红哎，嗦啦啦子咿呀一片红哎。
So, man, this is a banger. This is actually a part of my one of my gym playlists. I actually have this song. And I was watching this video. I was on the treadmill the other night. I got some dirty ass looks. I was like, when I stepped off the treadmill, and but yeah, guys, your boy out there doing an hour on the treadmill, just doing light lifting because trying to lean up because naturally I'm kind of like got the broad shoulders or whatever. But I need to try to slim up just a bit. I don't need to be walking around here yoked. I was doing the tricep dip machine. We have like the two little handles, and you can do the wide or the standard ones. It has like that little T-shaped handle, one on each side. And I stacked that machine. It's like 255 pounds. I did 10 reps of that. But then I got to realize, hey man, I don't need to be lifting heavy like that anymore. So I just did, I think, what is it, about 80 pounds on it, but I did like 100 reps of that just to get things more engaged because I heard that's gonna help lean out. So hopefully that works. Hopefully I continue this journey. But man, hour on the treadmill at least like 3.3 to 4 miles per hour, and so let's see what happens. But back to this, you know, damn. So got a lot of love for the Chinese culture. I may not have a thing for Asian women or anything, but I really respect the culture. You know, I mean, maybe if I was full white, I might have that because I noticed white dudes be loving Asian girls and Asian girls love white dudes. So maybe if I was full white, but the other side of me is I'm half Indian. My mom's from Trinidad, but ethnically she Indian. So I think that's probably why I have more predisposed to look at white women like that, since Indian dudes be loving them white women. White women don't be looking at them like that though. but but I think that's probably why. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy how those things work out. But at the end of the day, man, is more to true relationships than looks, because it's more what's on the inside that counts. I mean, there's a limit. I don't know if I could sit there and be like, "Hey, man, if that girl looks like Jabba the Hutt, but she got a heart of gold, you should still give her a chance." Like, I don't know about that one. I'm not gonna sit here in front, but if she's like a 5 or 6, or but she's like super dope, go for that. Or like, let's say you like the white woman like I do, but she turns out to be like Asian, or like Hispanic or whatever, but she really is down for you. Maybe give that broad a shot. That's all I'm gonna say to you people. And advice goes for women too. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. But till next time, YouTube.